All righty, we are ready to go. I need these massive squirt guns. Okay, so I talked to Sammy and I said, I have a little thing I want to do, and I want to order some squirt bottles. She goes, how about squirt guns? I said, sounds like a great idea. And so she ordered these little tiny freaking things, you can't even see them. These are like microscopic squirt guns. So with that in mind, I want to talk about this. Let's get this thing started. So inside of this squirt gun right here is something called xylene. Okay, this is a chemical industrial cleanser and emulsifier, and it's very, very dangerous for human beings. Okay, it leads to cancer, diabetes, heart disease, any number of pathologies. Okay, this is heavy metals inside of here. We got heavy metals inside of here. That comes from your amalgam fillings, from being an industrial dust, things like that. So that's in here right now. Okay, so that's in there. Now next we've got, in this one, we've got glycophosphate. Who knows what the common name of glycophosphate is? Nope. That's a good guess, though. Nope. Monsanto's. You got it. Come on. Come on. You got it. You got it. Roundup. Very nice. Okay. Which actually leads to neurodegenerative diseases and ultimately leads to premature death. And this is molds and mildews. Okay. It's all filled up with that stuff. Okay. You guys ready? Well, I put it in there on purpose because I have a little thing I want to try. Okay? All right. I had some guinea pigs volunteer so nicely. Please give the guinea pigs a round of applause. Come on up. It's you. Where's Tanner? There we go. I got one more guinea pig. I got one's missing. Who's my? Oh, there it is, Sandra D. All right. I need you guys to stand right here for me, okay? And make a little clearing right there. They'll be walking that direction. Okay? So turn and face my audience for me. All right. We're doing good. All right. There are four of us? We got four, right? Okay, so first person, okay? Because this is toxic, agreed? I just kind of said that, agreed? All right, so here we go. You ready, Jim? Okay. Oh, no. He didn't die. What's the problem, Jim? I guess it didn't work. Go in my office. Okay, I guess it didn't cause cancer, diabetes, and heart disease like they promised. All right, this is glyphosate for you. A little Roundup for you. Okay? Why didn't she die?
I'm fine. I didn't die.
Get out of here. Go to my office. You're in trouble. All right. Get out of the way. All right, this got to work for somebody. All right. Heavy metal toxicity. This is neurodegenerative. Let's see if it kills him.
I'm not dead.
Get out of here. Damn, this isn't working out at all. All right, xylene. Maybe it's the gun size. You think that's it? All right, here we go. Ready?
I'm fine. Nothing's happening. I'm good.
Get out of my face. Get out of here. Guys, that messed up my whole program. I had it all planned out and ready to go. So obviously, toxins don't kill you. There's nothing wrong with toxins. Feel free to poison your bodies consistently for the rest of your life. Works out beautifully. It's absolutely fine. Yes? Agreed? You sure? I tested it. It didn't work. All this xylene poison and glyphosate for you. Okay, mycotoxin. You have a mycotoxin for Brenda. By the way, you're my next guinea pig on the trial, in case you didn't know. What about what's right? See, no doubt. I don't know what's happening here. My program is ruined. Absolutely ruined. Tony, it's ruined. Come on. Don't fall down. All right. So look, it did make him sick. Check it out. Look, they're falling apart. Look, poor Tanner. Oh my God. It worked. My program's a success. It worked. Oh my gosh. All right. Hey guys, can you grab me a bottle of, where are they? Where are they? Where? Over here. Okay, I got answers. Okay, here we go. You ready? All right. I want you to go in my office and do the detox system. Go in the office and come back when you're done. Okay? You got the metal binders. You just got the heavy metal. Go in the office. Take that for me. Oh, thank God. All right. I think we got answers. All right. Daily cleanse. Going to take 2 of those and call me in the morning. All right. Next. What do we got? Is this on? Yep. This thing's on. All right. Come here. All right. Ready? Okay, get out of here. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see how it works. All right, round of applause. Look, it worked. Look, they're healed. It's amazing. What about my Shockwave patient? What happened to him? Maybe he died. I don't know. We'll have to double check. Go back to your seat.
Remember, he's old.
He is old. It takes him some time. All right. All right. There he is. He made it. He said, come on up. Let me see. All right. Bring it back. Okay. Good. Back to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. So what did we prove? We proved that the detoxification pathway stuff works. So program over. Just pick up your stuff. Out the door you go. I'm kidding. There's more to that. All right. So it didn't come off quite as like I wanted. So what the heck. All right. It's actually just water. Don't worry. In case you guys were worried. Okay. Oh, damn. Nice job. Right in my ear. All right.
You got me right now.
Good thing it's not xylene. All right, so let's get going, shall we? All right, let me move this sucker out of the road so we can get going. All right, chemical combat, right? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about these chemicals that we're chronically inundated with. You guys have been seeing them around the clinic. We just went shopping and picked up a bunch of garbage that makes our bodies sick. There's so many things it is, but there's nutritional solutions and mechanical solutions, which we're going to talk about tonight. Okay? So what we need to do, guys, in order to be healthy, we have to steer clear of MEC. Okay? That's all there is. It's got to get rid of MEC. Okay? So what the heck is MEC? Our medical industrial complex, aka our healthcare system, aka our sick care system. Okay? It's not a healthcare system. It's a medical system. The complex is designed for profit and money.
Right.
Do you understand? I'm not saying medical doctors are evil. They're not. But I think pharmaceutical companies are evil. I think that's probably the truth. But the bottom line is their training teaches they're reactive. It's reactive medicine. So we've got to find a way to steer clear of it by applying the principles that we teach in this office, including detoxification. That's why you're all here. So we got to make sure we minimize that. So let's look back 50 years. 1950 to year 2000, chemicals have increased 50 times. And by the way, what are the sources? Give me an idea. Go. What's the source of toxicity in 2024? Food. What else?
Yes.
Gas. What else? Keep coming. From what source, though? What? Cell phones. What else? Smoke. Air pollution. Tailpipes out of our cars, right? What else? Our body products, cosmetics. Everything is loaded with these chemicals. And it's freaking everywhere. Okay? And once they go into the environment, where do they go?
We stay there forever.
They stay there forever. And they go inside of us. So the outside environment ends up in our environment, inside of us. Now, the half-life of most of the chemicals in these products, that's how they determine the breakdown of a chemical, okay, is longer than we're going to live. Some of them are in the range of 10,000 years. So we've just given this gift to our children and our children's children, and our lives literally depend on this stuff getting out of our bodies. Okay, we gotta fix it. So functionally, the poisons are around forever. And these guys, where are these chemicals coming from? Everywhere. We're being inundated from everything. And our body wasn't made for that. Truthfully, all it is made to do get rid of is biological waste. You metabolize a protein, a carbohydrate, and a fat. The byproduct has waste, and it goes through the liver processing, and then it's eliminated through the detoxification pathways. That's it. That's what's supposed to happen. So the body just can't compete like this. So the significant increase in 1960 to 1980, the pesticides on our crops grew significantly. Now, who's good at math? Who's really good at math? Come on, somebody's good at math. But don't pick me. I'm terrible with math. Okay, in 1960, we put on 196 million pounds of pesticides on our fruits and vegetables. That was in 1960. 1981, 632 million pounds of pesticides. And 2024, there's no data yet. But if you do the math and just kind of extrapolate, it's about 1 billion pounds. Okay? 1 billion pounds of pesticides and herbicides that are on our food products. You get it? And that's conventionally grown. So that's why we got to go organic. Well, wait a second. There's no such thing as organic, is it? Because does your organic water from your organic pond go up into your organic cloud, go into your organic field and dump the water into your organic field? No. I mean, but you've got to do your best. What's essential number 4? What's essential number 5? Minimize toxic exposure, not eliminate. That's impossible. It cannot be done. And so we have to make sure we're minimizing to the best of our abilities and then maximizing our best health potential. So where do the crops go? Inside of us, and we get poisoned. Okay? So simply the truth is most of the poisons can't get out naturally. We have to do something to remove it actively. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Ladies and gentlemen, now I guess I hear, so what about body products? Things go on our bodies, right? Shampoos, detergents, deodorants. I had one up here. Where'd he go?
Commercial.
Oh, here it is. Right here. What's in this? Aluminum chlorhydrate. What does it do? It makes you not stink and it makes you not sweat. So it's for sweating. So you don't sweat. So you're blocking a detoxification pathway, and the aluminum is toxic. Okay, leads to dementia, Alzheimer's, and whatnot. You do this. How often a day do you do this? Every single day, right? What about keep moving on? I mean, sodium lauryl sulfate. Okay, SLS. Okay, this is a foaming agent. This is in it's in Crayola Silly Sense toothpaste for kids. Okay, sodium lauryl sulfate, according to the FDA, is safe. Okay, the problem is they didn't do it twice a day for their entire lives. Okay, what about fluoride? Fluoride's great. See, they're great. Makes your teeth look fabulous. Problem is it makes your bones brittle. Okay, and you're doing this twice a day, every day. So you got to get healthier sources. And sodium lauryl sulfate is in this, our laundry detergent. Okay, so you wash the stuff, you put it where? On your body. How does it get in your body? It absorbs through the skin. Now you got some more cancer-causing agents. Okay, Clorox, right? Bleach, very poisonous. Okay, I mean, I could continue down the pike. This is my favorite one, Downy. Okay, and it's got a picture of a little kid on the front. First thing on the label when you peel this sucker back, by the way, oh, it's on the back side right here. It says, "Do not use for not for use with kids." And the picture has a picture of a kid on the front, and this is the ingredients list here and here. Of course, they had the little fine print. I had to find that, okay, to know how much caustic junk's in there. But it makes our clothes smell so good, Dr. Ray. Okay, what about this one? Good and Clean disinfectant wipes. Right? What are you disinfecting? You're killing good and bad bugs, making the bacteria of the bad bugs, they're more powerful. What's going to come back first? The bad bugs. So we can't keep purifying. Start eating dirt more. Follow me? That's what you got to do. So on our bodies, okay, over 100,000 chemicals are lurking in our products, and the numbers are ever increasing. All right? What else? Other hidden toxins. I talked about toothpaste. What about our cookware? PFOAs from Teflon. If you have Teflon, go home, throw in the trash. Go get some that have either stainless steel, okay, or ceramic. Those are your best choices for cooking products, okay? So make sure you get rid of that. And where is it, guys? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So it's in us, we're putting it on us, in us, and around us. And so we're bathing in this sewage of chemicals. And we have no choice in a lot of cases. But that's what you got to do your best to minimize. Okay? And how does it affect your body? Well, let's think about this one, hand shot. So sanitizers, shots, and masks. Okay? So when we get exposed to a bug, virus, or a parasite, what happens to our body? A natural response occurs. We stimulate the humoral and the cell-mediated immunity, which learns how to kill the bugs. So if you're using a mask and that works, okay, you can't get your bugs in, making you more susceptible, making your body weaker. Not to mention, when you breathe in, what do you breathe in when you breathe in? Help me out. What's more specific than air? Oxygen. Now it gets used up, what comes out? Carbon dioxide. So if you put a mask on, what are you limiting? Limiting the good stuff in and holding the bad stuff in, you're toxifying your body. Is that crazy? See, it's insane. And air pollution, I mean, all these things. So we've got to get these out of our bodies using our detoxification pathways. All right? Now, the big guy is our liver. All right? So the liver's our big detoxifying organs. That's the number one thing. But there's other ones too. Okay? You got the kidneys, the lungs, the gut, and the lymphatic system. Who's heard of the lymphatic system? Okay? We call that the sewer of the human body. Okay, so all the poisons go into that lymphatic system, and then you have to exercise to milk that stuff into the pathways to eliminate it. Okay, so it all goes into the body, into the sewer, and then from the sewer it gets detoxified and eliminated. That's what's supposed to happen. All right, so this is from Dr. David Jockers. he says a high toxic load is at the root of all chronic diseases. Now I want you to read the words. He didn't say the cause of all disease was toxins. He said what? He said it's a major contributing factor. It's not the cause. Okay? How come this nice lady right here can do all of this and not get cancer, diabetes, or heart disease, but you put him in this lady and she gets it? What's the distinction? That's why it's called 5 essentials. Right? Because maybe her toxic load is, she can handle it more because the other 4 essentials are fabulous. Where she has 4 essentials that are nasty, you add a little bit of toxicity to it and they develop disease. Right? That's why you've got to apply all 5 essentials. It's not just a one essential. The program is about toxicity, but it's not just one. It's all of it. You follow what I'm saying, guys? That's why you apply every principle and come to every seminar so you can keep learning. I love this slide. Now, this is everybody. Okay? Now, notice this body still has toxins in it. You follow? Because it's impossible not to have toxins in your body. It's physically impossible, whether you're doing it on purpose or on accident. Okay? And so what happens, you have poisons in your body. Now, what happens if we get the detox, if you can't get it out, or you keep adding it in, we start building disease until finally the toxic load exceeds your ability to cope, and now you get a disease. Diabetes, cancer, heart disease, arthritis, rheumatoid, autoimmune diseases, pick one. Doesn't make any difference because they're all contributing to that problem. So we have to make sure that we're eliminating this. So glyphosate, we talked about that guy. Roundup, right? Mold and mycotoxins, phthalates, that comes from your plastics. Okay, heavy metal toxicity. If you're an industrial worker in a dusty environment, you got to get that heavy metal detox out of there. If you're loaded up with the mercury fillings, you got to do the heavy metal detox. Okay, the organophosphates, that's our natural detoxifications. Those are bug killers, xylene, and then microbial endotoxins. Those are the bugs inside of you that secretes poisons your body has to deal with. Okay? So, what do we got to do? Okay? So, what's in a glass of tap water? Okay? So, let me go to the bathroom, have a nice drink of tap water. What do you get? Arsenic, radioactive contaminants, pesticides, nitrates, which are cancer-causing agents, hormones, fluoride compounds, phthalomethanes, aluminum, pharmaceutical drugs, lead, hexavalent chromium, which is cancer-causing, and calcium. That's all in our water supply. But Dr. A, I only drink filtered water. No, I don't drink. I drink filtered water. Really? Do you have a whole house detoxification system, or is it just for your water? And again, it's all about choices, isn't it? Like I said, how much exposure do you think your body can handle? And that's why you got to try to do your best to minimize. Because take a look. By taking a 1-hour shower is like drinking 8 ounces of tap water because it absorbs through your skin. Okay? Who takes an hour shower? That's the math. If you guys want to extrapolate, that's fine. 15-minute showers, 2 glasses of water. I don't really know. But my bottom line is, guys, whole house filter systems are great. And they help minimize your toxic exposure and keeps you healthy. Okay? All right. What do we got? Okay? Now, look at this. Brain development in kids. Okay? These are our children we're talking about right here. Lead, mercury, all this stuff is ending up in kids. Now, here's what happened. So, diphenol trichloroethane, aka DDT. Now, for you young people who don't know what DDT is, it was the very first mass-produced pesticide they ever used on the planet. Okay? At least that's to my knowledge, and maybe more. Okay? And so what happened, they sprayed all the organic, or not organic now, right? But they sprayed all the fruits and vegetables with all these bug killers. Okay? Now, DDT was banned due to both the environmental concerns and the potential harm to human health. There was a decline. There was evidence of linking DDT to severe decline in the bald eagle population and thinning of their eggshells. So I don't know whether it was the scary part about killing human beings or affecting our national bird. I'm not sure which prompted people to take action, but they outlawed it. Now, further research studies demonstrated DDT presence in umbilical cords of babies today. They stopped mass producing this years ago. So what was I saying earlier? The half-life of things just don't go away. And it's still showing up in our children. So our mistakes of the past and the mistakes of today are going to continue to perpetuate themselves, and we'll keep adding more and more and more and more poison into our environment. Because for whatever reason, profit, be it whatever it might, convenience, I have no idea. Okay? So here's how she goes. Poisons go in the lungs, in the skin, and in your gut. It ends up in the liver, and then it gets detoxified in the liver. And it goes through the skin, out the kidneys, out the colon, and out the lungs. Makes sense, yes? That's the normal pathway. Now, the challenge we've got is this poor liver either has the wrong nutrients to detoxify. You're missing the nutrients that the body needs to push this stuff through and detoxify it so we can throw it through those elimination pathways. Or there's so much, even if you have adequate amounts, that it's running through the detoxification liver and being toxic itself. So the toxins start on this end, they break it down into small little molecules. That happens in the first lobe of the liver, the cytochrome P450 system is what it's called. And all these little tiny poisons, they took this big poison, made it little tiny. Why is ice that's crushed colder than cubed ice? More surface area. And so if you have tiny little particles versus a big chunk of particle, which one's more dangerous? The tiny particles, because there's more surface area. So this poison ends up in the gut, dumps into the gut, and now you damage your gut. So now you damage your immune system. That's where your gut is, okay? Or your immune system is. And so now the poisons now open up the gut, and all the poisons re-enter the bloodstream. Now where do they go? Back to the liver. And then what? Back into the gut, back into the liver. So now you have an open system, and you're just circulating these poisons. They never leave the body. Okay? And plus you're doing what else? Adding more. Keep adding more, and that toxic load builds up. So the body goes, holy crap, what are we going to do? We have to protect ourselves. So what are we going to do? So heavy metals and hormones and pesticides have an affinity towards fat cells. Now, I want you to think about this for a second, okay? The body takes the poison and goes, if I don't put this somewhere, I'm going to die. So it shoves it inside the fat cells, and what do? The body says, we're not going to release this fat, because if I do, I'm going to release the poison. So you exercise, you eat right, you eat a clean diet, and you don't lose weight. And you wonder what the answer is. It's because your body is toxic. And the body's not going to release those poisons and kill you, so you can kill yourself on a treadmill and do all the exercise, the other essentials, and you still won't lose weight. Okay? What about bone marrow? What's in the bone marrow? Vitamin D is manufactured in it. Vitamin D has been linked to cancer protective. What else is in the bone marrow? All your red blood cells. What do the red blood cells hold? Oxygen. What is oxygen necessary for? Energy. And what happens to your energy system? They tank. I'm exhausted. I'm overweight, and I don't know why. Right? Crazy, yeah? Liver, of course, now the liver can't detoxify. CNS and brain. Now it's passing through the blood-brain barrier. I've got a great seminar. Watch the brain games on my YouTube channel. Okay? Watch that. It's a great one. Okay? But what happens? It passes through the blood-brain barrier. Now you get neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, all these types of fun things. Okay? Yeah? Now, what about these water-soluble ones over here? Nicotine, vape, the vapors, the kids that are vaping, right? Other chemicals, okay, they have an affinity towards the joints. Anybody heard of arthritis? Anybody heard of rheumatoid arthritis, back pain, neck pain, headaches? What brought a lot of you people here? Guess what? It's toxicity, partially. Again, it's one of 5, right? Blood, we talked about. Tissues. What about muscles? Who's heard of fibromyalgia? It's a condition. It's legit. But what do the medical doctors do? I can't find anything. You have fibromyalgia. What are you going to do about it? They'll give you Lyrica to poison your body more to make you feel better temporarily as you're making yourself more and more sick. So how do we empower the body to fight chemicals? Okay? So this is the answer. Okay? And it actually did work, because you saw what happened to all my guinea pigs. They went in and took the stuff and came back out. Right? So the first one is your daily cleanse. All right? Now, when I started practice 37 years ago, I detoxified people once a year. Because back in 1900, when I opened my practice, okay, there wasn't as much poison around. Now it's crazy, right? So this is your daily cleanse. You do this every single day. okay, for the rest of your life. Okay, you do one in the morning, full glass of water, and one at night, full glass of water. Okay, so you do this every day for the rest of your life. Got it? But the problem is toxic load, right? We're inundated. We're trying to pull this stuff out. We're upregulating. We're doing everything we can to keep the body healthy. And now we run into some challenges because now we've got to get the poisons that are in your body that can't get out. Okay? And that's what this is, the detox system. Now there's two parts to it. Now there's colored bottles inside it, which is pretty smart. One is white. You take that one in the light, white light, and the other one is dark. You take it at night time. Okay? 2 pills in the morning, 2 at night. Okay? It does cellular and then body detoxification. So what it's going to do is take all the poisons in all of your cells and dump them into your bloodstream. That's kind of bad. Can we agree with that? I just said that will kill you. Well, that's okay because now we have the body detox at nighttime, which will bind the poisons and eliminate them through one of those pathways. Cool? Now, how often do you do that? Every 3 months. So you should be doing this all the time. Then every 3 months, you come in and say, Dr. I need a box of that, and you do it, and you take it, and you move on. Okay? That keeps your body ahead of the game. All right? Now, the final one is our metal bind. Okay? Now, that's every 3 to 6 months. Okay? Now, why did I put 3 to 6? Who's the 6 and who's the 3? Right? Who's the 3 people and who's the 6ers? Industrial jobs, amalgam fillings, people who take that, machinists, anybody that's exposed to the heavy metals. Okay? That's the best one. You do this every 3 months, everybody else every 6 months. Got it?
No.
And that way. Okay. So if you are...
No,
Go ahead.
the industrial workers 6 months?
No, every 3 months. Did I say it backwards? Good thing you were listening. I was just testing.
No, you weren't.
Okay, so if you're exposed to a lot of heavy metals, every 3 months. Okay, if you're not, every 6 months. Okay. And don't forget, okay, once your body is healthy, you always want to add in these right here. Okay, now when you are healthy, when you're unhealthy and need correction, you're in advanced eating. Advanced eating is your organic animal products and your organic vegetables. Okay, during that acute phase. And you'll cycle in and out of this your whole life. Because there's times you're going to be better with your detoxification, and there's times you're going to be worse with your toxicity, right? The Christmas, holidays, vacations, things like that, you're going to want to upgrade a little bit. But the difference, so when I'm feeling fabulous, okay, I have no symptoms, all the biomarkers and all the x-rays and everything we've tested is working fabulously. Guys, this is all you need right here, these 4. Okay? Those are your lifetime Focus 4 supplements. So, again, detoxification, follow that, and notice part of the Focus 4 is the daily cleanse, right? Because you're going to be, that's a lifetime supplement. Okay? And so don't forget your lifetime supplements, the supplements for a lifetime. Okay? So let's talk about some chiropractic pieces to this detoxification process. Okay? So remember this, and this is something I want you guys to have this in your brain. You should be able to recite it. Okay? The body is always talking. The body's calling and telling you stuff. My gut's hurting. My knee is sore. I'm tired. I'm all these things. The body is calling to the brain. And then what happens? The brain is always listening, and then it calls in needed resources through this clean and beautiful nervous system. So let's use liver. So the liver's being overwhelmed. Okay? It makes a phone call through this clean and aligned nervous system, essential number 2. Right? And then it connects to essential number 1, which is our mindfulness, right? We have innate intelligence, which is something we're born with. It digests our food, detoxifies our bodies, pumps our heart, it does everything, right? And on the other side, we have the learned intelligence, which is what's happening right now. Now, do you guys realize that learned intelligence can influence your innate intelligence? It can. So if you learn how to be a stressed out mess, the innate intelligence will give you a heart attack because it'll put a sympathetic adrenaline system, right? You follow that? So if the liver calls the brain through a clean nervous system, says, dude, I'm being overwhelmed here. I need you to eat some milk thistle. I need some B vitamins. I need all kinds of things to make my liver happier. So what'll happen? The body will look at that and go, That milk thistle milk looks pretty good. I think I want some of that. I think I want some green leafy vegetables. The brain will stimulate the stomach to request certain foods, a craving. Isn't that cool? See, that's how it works. This is what it's supposed to be. But we manipulate the chemicals with taste buds and all these artificial sweeteners and sugars and things that drive us crazy. It's like, would you rather eat the candy bar or would you rather eat the apple? Well, candy bars are pretty tasty because they've manipulated the food supply to get us to consume their product for more profit. Okay? So the body calls in the needed resources unless what? Unless we get subluxation, which means the bones are out of alignment. And now the communication breaks down. So now the body can't talk to the brain, or the brain can't talk to the body, or both, and you can't heal. So we've got to get the chiropractic piece. And what causes bones to go out of alignment? With physical trauma, emotional stress, we just learned chemical exposure, right? Because chemicals poison the nervous system directly, and if the nerve system can't activate the muscles properly, the bones will simply shift out of alignment. That's how chemical exposure leads us down the path of damage to the nervous system. Okay? So the bones of the spine are the armor to your lifeline. Without this lifeline, you are cooked. Right? You have to have that nervous system. But the problem is those bones become, the armor becomes the nemesis because it's out of alignment and the body can't communicate. So we've got to get that right, get those lined up. And without a clean nervous system, the body cannot be healthy. I don't care if you do all the detoxification supplements in the world. If the brain can't activate them, what's the point? Focus 4 supplements, what's the point? Right? You've got to have the resource. It's a two-edged sword. We need both. We need 2 things. Communication, a healthy functioning nervous system, that's the corrective chiropractic piece. And we need the resources, and that's what we're talking about tonight with the nutritional resources. Follow? Good. All right. So let's talk about the next part. Now, what does Shockwave, this guy right here, you saw Mike get healed from it. His mask went away. Okay. So what is it? How does it work? And what does that have to do with detoxification? Now, what's the name of the program? Who can tell me the name of it?
Chemical combat.
What's the second part?
Defend your well-being.
Mechanical and nutritional, right there. Mechanical and nutritional solutions. We talked about the nutritional solutions already. This is the mechanical session, okay? And what this does is it's going to help, and it's going to make a lot of sense, okay? So Shockwave is just another resource, and what it uses is something called an acoustic wave, okay? Anybody ever shot a gun before? What do you get? A kickback, right? So let's turn this sucker around the other direction, and let's put that kickback into our body, okay? Put a transducer on the end, and that's going to help to stimulate healing, okay? That's kind of how the acoustic wave works. So it's pretty awesome, the whole process. Remember this picture right here? Okay? And we talked about this earlier, but the excess toxins get stored where? Everywhere, in the fat, in the tissues, it's all over the place. Now, what is the purpose of scar tissue? Okay? Gristle, scar tissue. What's it for? Anybody? In the early days of our world, it was to box off infection. Because we live in a pretty clean society. Can we agree? Kind of over clean, I think, for the most part. But it's important to have clean environment, right? So back in the day, the body would put these little things around, little marbles of protection. So anybody ever hear when you get tuberculosis, you got it for life? Okay, that's why on the commercials, gosh, tell your dog if you have tuberculosis before you take a vaccination shot, because it'll blow them up and you'll become typhoid Mary and kill everybody. Okay, so that's pretty sad stuff. But if you take an X-ray of somebody with old TB, you have little marbles in their lungs. Okay, inside of it is tuberculosis. But today, there's not that much infection anymore. So what is it used for instead? It's healing. It's healing of it walls off systemic inflammation. Now, quick question. We did a seminar on this a long time ago, but is inflammation good or bad? The answer is it depends. Because inflammation is not bad. Inflammation is just your immune system trying to heal. So if you cut your arm and get a big boo-boo on your arm, what goes around it? A red ring of inflammation. That's good. But it's killing the bug, the parasite, whatever in this site, but it also damages those little tiny tissues. When inflammation is bad is when the immune system thinks you're the infection and your immune system attacks you. That's autoimmunity. And that's what scar tissue attempts to do, is wall off not infection anymore, but the systemic inflammation that's poisoning and killing our bodies. You with me on that? But that scar tissue also leads to damage, and it's stored in all these cells, and the body still knows it's there, and it still makes us sick. Okay? So that's scar tissue right there on the outside. Everybody knows what scar tissue looks like, right? But it's not the scar tissue on the inside I care about. It's the scar tissue on the outside. It's the inside that makes me nervous. Because if you've got these buggers inside of you, it's going to literally damage your tissues and lead you down the path of disease. Okay, so here's how the shockwave works. Okay, the transducer hits the scar tissue. Okay, and what it does next is it shears this tissue. Cells are destroyed at the scar tissue level. The scar tissue is then enveloped. Okay, and then scar tissue is pulled out of shape, and all the poisons and inflammation, all the crap that was in there, gets released and destroyed. Okay, pretty cool, huh? I mean, that shockwave is pretty amazing stuff. But it also does something else. Okay, it stimulates a network of new blood vessels. That's called angiogenesis, the creation of new blood vessels. Now, what's that going to allow? It's going to allow the poisons that we just mobilized to leave the body and go into this clean system, all these networks to eliminate that poison from the body, the systemic inflammation, right? But it's also going to allow you to draw in what? Nutrients, stem cells for regeneration, and draw in platelets to help regenerate as well. Okay, kind of cool, yeah? So this stuff is pretty interesting tech. Okay, so is it successful? I don't know. There's a bunch of research studies that said it, but this is an interesting one. It has to do with the shockwave therapy taking care of calcific tendinitis. So when you get tendinitis, okay, in this case it's in the shoulder, okay, it's very inflamed, it hurts, it's systemic inflammation, we don't like it. But the body does, is the inflammation is trying to heal the tissue, but there's no bug or infection, it's just systemic inflammation. Okay, so what happens next? The body will put calcium rocks in your tendons to make it strong and stable, but now you can't move your arm. It's called frozen shoulder. It's just how the body works. So what are we going to do to fix it? I don't know. How about if we use some shockwave? See the calcium deposit? And look at the after. It's gone. Isn't that exciting? So it literally broke up all that calcium, all that inflammation, and what did it do? Draw in the healing stuff. Now you got stem cells, you got your platelets, you got your nutrients, and it healed. Just another resource for getting you better. Okay, so how many people can be helped with shockwave? I don't know. You got heel pain, you got neuropathy in your feet, maybe some shoulder problems, you got some shin splints, do you have hamstring problems, back troubles, neck troubles? It's everywhere. So it's amazing stuff. It does everything. Okay, so does it work? It's a non-invasive pain solution, promotes natural healing, minimizes downtimes, and maximizes results. Now, 91%, all the studies show 91% of the patients after their first shockwave intervention have pain relief. Okay, almost instantly. Okay, there's Mike had one already. Anybody else have it in the room right now besides Mike? So you get some good results, or how would you feel? Instantaneous results. Okay, which is really awesome. Okay, noticeable improvements within days, and each session builds on the next one. So this one builds on the next one, on the next one, on the next one. Okay, until finally the thing is just healed, and over long-term healing over 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, so Brenda, I need you. I told you I was going to need you. Everybody, give Brenda a round of applause. Now, if you want to see, you're going to have to stand up for this part. Have a seat right there. Okay, my love. So, we're going to mess with you. What spot do we want to do? Okay, your foot. So, kick off your shoe. Okay, what are you feeling? Okay, so I want you to go ahead and put your shoe back on, take a little walkie, and tell everybody what that feels like.
Is it going to make my toes straighten out?
We'll talk about that another time. This is a seminar, girl.
I wouldn't mind.
Exactly. All right, how's she feel, girl? All right, how'd it feel?
Now, will the
Sent it
pain
through the
come
ceiling
back?
there, but now it
Now
feels
that's the point. Now remember what we said. Remember, each session builds on the next, right? What that did is it broke up the scar tissue, micronized and released all that poison, and now we're starting to build new blood vessels, angiogenesis, right? Stem cells, platelets, and then what's going to happen? We'll do it another session, and so on, which I'll get into in just a minute, but I lost my, there it is right there. Okay? So there's action. Brenda, how was it? What, I mean, not, how does it feel now? Feels great. Thank you guys all for coming. Appreciate you being here. Thank you guys. Awesome. All right. So you follow.